While going on our usual flight missions, I was taking 35 still pictures with my Canon QL-19 camera and Super 8 movies with Ray Hopkins' camera. We sent the exposed film home to the US, so we never got to see our artwork until we were to get out of Vietnam, if ever. I was taking a Super 8 movie flying into a supposedly cold LZ when all sorts of shooting broke out. I dropped the camera as I reached to start firing my machine gun. So much for Ray's Super 8 camera. I felt bad about that and told him I would pay for a new one and that I would have it tied on to something next time. He wouldn't take my money and went to Saigon and bought another one and gave it to me to shoot more movies, which I did. Ray, when he received a package from his parents, which usually included homemade beef jerky and very good cookies, blue jeans, and whatever, would give everything away except for maybe a couple of things. He was the most generous, good-hearted guy anyone ever knew. We had to tell him to keep some things for himself, and he would just laugh. He was a happy guy, no doubt about that. His big thrill all his life, as his parents told me, was making other people happy, and I know now he acquired that wonderful blessing from both of his parents. Such fine people. We had a helicopter go down in a bad spot on one of our PZ missions. The AC of the helicopter said that he could not control the fuel feed to the engine. A helicopter went down to pick them up, and I told my AC to land down there also, and that I may be able to fix the problem fast and get it back up in the air. They had a fairly new crew chief, and I thought it would be difficult for me to explain and for him to know where the linear actuator was giving the aircraft a fuel problem. We flew down and I jumped out, not getting stuck in mud this time, and ran over to the aircraft with an oil can and a wrench. The helicopter engine was still running. The crew chief jumped out of his helicopter and watched while I opened up an engine cowling and then sprayed some oil on the side of the engine and hit the stuck linear actuator with the wrench. The fuel control immediately resumed normal function, and we all jumped in our helicopters and happily flew off. It was sort of like a stuck needle valve in a carburetor. Magic.